Oh my goodness. I do not know what to make of this news. Lucasfilm reveals how secretive Project Luminous will write new Star Wars history. This is a prequel to the prequel. A new story that picks up the Jedi in the High Republic area. For those of you who aren't Star Wars nerds like myself, this is pre-Phantom Menace. This is prequel of the prequel. Here's some art right here, some of the concept art that you guys can see. Also down below, I'm going to read a little bit this, and we're going to see a trailer. I'm excited about this. I am a Star Wars nerd. I didn't think the last Star Wars was that bad, honestly. I really didn't. I think they actually did a pretty good job on the last one. I might be the only one that thinks that way, but I didn't mind it. I also saw every single Star Wars, all 11 movies consecutively with my daughter, and got the Star Wars badge with her, and that was pretty interesting. But let's read. It says, at the 2019 Star Wars celebration last April, Lucasfilms and Disney Publishing announced an ambitious sounding plan to tell one cohesive story over a series of comic books, and if later rumors were to be believed, maybe more. Authors Cavan Scott, Justina Ireland, Daniel Jose Older, and Charles Soule were involved in Project Luminous. The stories would begin launching in 2020, and that's where the opening scroll ended. No one knew what the story was about, when it was set, how it might thread through the Skywalker saga, or anything pertinent about what was in the works. But we do now! Let's watch it. Let's see what we think.
We're finding ourselves at a very exciting moment with the Skywalker saga coming to an end. We're at a place of what's next for Star Wars. One of the things we've always done is be able to use our franchise platforms to explore the creative potential in the Star Wars galaxy. And so what if publishing was more of an incubation place and bring in great talent and just let their imaginations run free? We put
I don't know if I'm liking this so far. It just went like to really exciting to like corporate Disney. Corporate Disney, here's our huge house. Like I'm not quite sure. I'm like liking the trailer was great to start, and then we're just kind of like
put together a really unique writer's room where we had diverse voices with very different opinions about Star Wars.
We all love Star Wars, but we're all coming in from very different places.
This has been a very free environment for everybody to just throw things out there.
We've all done lots of storytelling, but this is unique and really special.
The idea that this thing has been simmering for so long.
It's the secret history of the galaxy.
Yep, that goes way back.
You know, have they just gotten to the point where they told so much of the story that they decided to go way before the prequel? Like, they can't tell anything afterwards, so they're like, okay, let's just take the prequel of the prequel and let's just keep on going. Like, I don't think this story will ever end. I don't know if I'm okay with that or not. Like, I personally, after watching all 11 Star Wars with my daughter, I thought there was a cool generational feel about Star Wars, right? I grew up in the 80s. My dad took me to Star Wars. As 2000 hit, I took my kids to Star Wars. My kids will then take their kids to Star Wars. You know, I think that there is something very cool about that, other than the fact that Disney most times tends to spit all over the franchise, excluding Mandalorian. Okay, there was a jump the shark moment when they showed the Mandalorian's helmet coming off that I was very upset about. It's obvious what they're doing with the Baby Yoda to grab the woman demographic. Okay, I'm going to look past it. Mandalorian, for the most part, at this point, solid. I'm hoping season 2 actually delivers. But like when we're talking about this, I almost feel like Disney went like super, super corporate and was like, okay, I'm going to do a prequel of a prequel, and we're just going to start there. We're going to build up 200 years prior to the fan metas, and we're going to tell an entire news story from that point. And I don't know if I want the prequel of the prequel, or I don't know if I want like what happens after the last 11th movie of Star Wars. I'm not quite sure which direction, but yeah, like Chris is saying ago, it makes more sense now to say long ago in a galaxy far, 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 farther away. Like I'm not quite sure where I'm landing on this, other than the fact that I do dig that it's generational. I don't like that Disney generally screws things up. I'm not quite sure I like the prequel. I think I would like it past the last of the movies, but we'll see. We'll see here. I hope they don't continue the corporate like lingo jingo jar stuff, you know, like
to the beginning of Star Wars.
We gave them essentially a blank slate. What would you like to tell?
For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice.
A line that we've been hearing since 1977, and we thought, you know, what does that look like?
It is a golden age where there's much more peace and calm in the galaxy. So we're calling it the High Republic.
The description that we've used for the Jedi of this era is that they are the Jedi Knights of the Round Table.
But Star Wars isn't just about Jedi, and we will tell stories of
I hope it's not like a super feel-good SJW event. Like, I'm really hoping that they don't go, you know, oh, the High Order, everything's great in this beautiful socialist world. Like, please don't make it political. Please don't make this like no action, no drama. Everything's perfect. Like, God, please. Like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting right now.
new smugglers, new scoundrels, new bounty hunters.
The threat and the tension
Chris.
really comes from the Republic's borders, because the Republic does not extend from one side of the galaxy to the other.
It's a bit of a Wild West new frontier. We see a different kind of Jedi that patrols the frontiers. It is more of a
All right, and can we focus on the characters this time so you can make it right from the very beginning? You know, what Mandalorian's doing is good, because they're actually like focusing on character development, and that's where the actual story lies, is the characters. You know, like, let's not forget the very basic of telling a story, the actual characters and the growth of the characters, not just all the flish and the flash and the Jar Jar Binkses. We want character development. We want to feel for the character. We want to be in their shoes. Like, that is the magic. Sometimes when people get so big and corporate, they forget about that. You know, it's as simplistic as that when you're telling a story.
Texas Ranger.
We're now bringing in concept artists, illustrators, and visualists, the same way that you would when you're making a movie.
We even had Ian McKay come down and just do sketch after sketch for us. When you have the guy who designed the look for Darth Maul sketching Jedi for you, it doesn't get any cooler than this.
All right, that's cool.
The scale of this initiative is really new for us. We're going to have stories for adults and teens and kids.
We're building this out simultaneously.
No. I get it. It's kid oriented. I was a kid when I saw it, and I understand that, but there has to be some adult layering into this. I don't want it just like super kids, super teens. There has to be some type of like adult feel to this too. You understand?
Across multiple publishers. It gives us the ability to tell vast interconnected stories across multiple years. There will be a core group of heroes that will expand over time. There'll be villains.
Our main villain are the group called the Nile. We kind of like to refer to them as space Vikings.
Their motto is, you can't take it with you, but we can take it from you.
All right, but make them really scary. I want kids to have nightmares. Make them so scary that kids are having nightmares. Make this a completely different Star Wars. No, that would never work, would it? Am I going a little too demon mode here? I think I went a little dark. Sorry about that, kids.
Our story starts with what we're calling the Great Disaster.
It wouldn't be Star Wars without adventure. And there's definitely a series of events that will spin the galaxy.
Boy, that looks familiar. Jesus, that's like they take that directly from Star Citizen. It looks like, like what is that?
Galaxy into a dangerous new direction, and it'll give the opportunity for heroes to rise up.
The cool thing about this is that there's going to be
If you guys aren't here live and not watching the chat, my chat's basically saying F Disney in the chat right now. Oh my goodness. They have a lot of ground to make up to win over the hearts of those people that they have completely trampled upon. They did a really bad job with once they bought this from Lucas. And you know, I can't blame Lucas. Lucas probably got a huge payday for this, but like I feel like his initial vision like basically got pooped on. You know, I wonder if Lucas is really upset. I don't know if there's any information out there on that, but maybe something I'm going to look into is like I wonder how Lucas is feeling now about his franchise.
Story for every Star Wars fan. It's really fun to be able to keep readers on their toes. This era is ripe for storytelling. The eureka moment was the question, what scares the Jedi? And that made us all go, ooh, something wicked this way comes.
Make it really scary, dudes. In the best way that you can, in the most un-PC way that you can, because like if it starts getting PC too PC and it's gonna put a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below if you're watching this after the live stream, because I'm very curious as to what you think in general with what's going on in terms of Disney and Star Wars. This new series is going to be released that they're calling oh, I'm getting a phone call from Christy. Hold on a moment. Let's see what's going on here. You guys are in for a special treat. Hey, honey. I'm streaming right now. Would you like to say hi to everybody? Yeah. She's sick, by the way, everyone. She's completely sick. I'm streaming. You just want to say hi real quick? I'll hold you up to the microphone, okay? Hold on. In fact, I'm going to put you on the speaker here for everyone. You just, like, we're talking about Star Wars. We're geeking out right now. Okay, here you go.
Hi.
You sound oh my goodness.
I'm homesick, hon. Why would I want to say?
You don't sound any better. You really sound kind of.
No, I don't feel any better.
Oh.
If this antibiotic doesn't kick in soon, I'm gonna scream.
I told them how you were sick Sunday over the weekend, and she's really not feeling much better. So I hope you get better, babe.
Alright, I love you. Call me when you
I love you. I'll call you when I'm finished with my friends.
Alright.
Okay. All right, babe. Bye. That's my girl. She was upset at me, by the way, because like I hadn't seen her in 2 weeks.